He was the man who invented the future, a visionary whose mind crackled with the very energy he sought to harness. Nikola Tesla envisioned a world powered by invisible forces. A world of wireless communication and limitless, free energy for all. Yet this brilliant architect of the modern age died alone and penniless in a New York hotel room. His story is not just one of genius, but of a tragic and relentless battle against the forces of money and power. This is the story of how the world betrayed Nikola Tesla. Tesla arrived in America in 1884, with little more than a few cents in his pocket and a letter of recommendation to the man he admired most, Thomas Edison. The letter was simple but powerful. "I know two great men, and you are one of them. The other is this young man." Edison, already a celebrated inventor and a shrewd businessman, hired Tesla. The established wizard of Menlo Park was focused on his direct current, or DC system, which was lighting up small sections of New York City. DC power was simple, but deeply inefficient. It couldn't travel long distances without losing significant power, requiring a power station on almost every city block. Tesla, on the other hand, had come with a revolutionary idea: alternating current, or AC. AC could be stepped up to high voltages, transmitted over hundreds of miles with minimal loss, and then stepped down for safe use in homes and factories. It was, quite simply, a vastly superior system. When Tesla described his AC motors and systems, Edison was dismissive, calling the ideas clever but impractical. He famously promised Tesla a staggering $50,000 if he could redesign Edison's inefficient DC dynamos. Tesla, fueled by passion and the promise of a fortune, worked tirelessly for months. He redesigned the machines, making vast improvements that saved Edison's company a significant amount of money. When Tesla went to collect his promised reward, Edison laughed. "Tesla," he reportedly said, "you don't understand our American humor. The $50,000 was just a joke." Tesla, a man of immense pride and principle, resigned on the spot. This incident marked the beginning of a bitter rivalry that would become known as the War of the Currents. It was a clash not just of technologies, but of two fundamentally different men. Edison, the pragmatist and tycoon, and Tesla, the idealist and visionary. After leaving Edison, Tesla struggled, at one point digging ditches for $2 a day just to survive. But his genius could not be buried. He eventually found financial backing and established his own laboratory. In 1887, he filed for a series of patents for his polyphase AC system, which would become the cornerstone of the modern electrical grid. These patents caught the attention of George Westinghouse, an industrialist and a direct competitor to Edison. Westinghouse saw the immense potential of Tesla's AC system and understood it was the key to electrifying America. He purchased Tesla's patents for a handsome sum and offered him a lucrative royalty: $1 for every horsepower of AC machinery sold. Westinghouse and Tesla were now partners, and the War of the Currents began in earnest. Edison, seeing his DC empire threatened, launched a ruthless smear campaign against alternating current. He tried to associate AC with danger, publicly electrocuting stray animals to frighten the public. This campaign was designed to paint Westinghouse and Tesla's system as a deadly menace. Edison even went so far as to help develop the electric chair, ensuring it was powered by AC, forever linking the technology to capital punishment in the public mind. Despite these gruesome tactics, the superiority of AC was undeniable. The turning point came with the 1893 Chicago World's Fair. Both General Electric, Edison's newly formed company, and Westinghouse bid to power the City of Light. Westinghouse, using Tesla's AC system, drastically underbid his rival and won the contract. When President Grover Cleveland flipped a switch, hundreds of thousands of Tesla's light bulbs bathed the fairgrounds in an unprecedented, brilliant glow. It was a stunning demonstration of AC's power and safety, and it captivated the world. The next great victory was the contract to harness the power of Niagara Falls. For centuries, the mighty falls were just a natural wonder. Tesla dreamed of turning that raw power into electricity for the nation. Against immense skepticism, the Niagara Falls Power Company sided with Westinghouse and Tesla. In 1896, the massive generators, bearing Tesla's name and patents, came to life. AC power from Niagara Falls was soon lighting up the city of Buffalo, 20 miles away. Tesla's dream had become a reality. He had won the War of the Currents. This victory should have made Tesla one of the wealthiest men in the world. His royalty agreement with Westinghouse was poised to generate an unimaginable fortune. But his former partner was in trouble. The financial battle with Edison had pushed the Westinghouse company to the brink of collapse. Bankers, who were pressuring Westinghouse, saw Tesla's royalty contract as a major liability. They urged Westinghouse to get out of the deal. In an act of incredible generosity and perhaps naivety, Tesla made a fateful decision. He traveled to see Westinghouse, and in a gesture of friendship and belief in their shared vision, he tore up the royalty contract. He relinquished his claim to billions of dollars to save his friend's company and ensure the future of alternating current. Tesla believed money was a secondary concern. His real goal was to continue his work for the betterment of humanity. Freed from financial entanglements, Tesla turned his attention to an even more ambitious project: wireless energy. He believed he could transmit not just information, but electrical power itself, through the air and the earth. He envisioned a world without wires, where anyone, anywhere, could tap into a limitless source of free energy by simply sticking a receiver in the ground. It was a concept so far ahead of its time it sounded like magic. With funding from the powerful banker J.P. Morgan, Tesla began construction on a massive transmission tower in Shoreham, Long Island. It was called Wardenclyffe. This magnificent, 187-foot tower with its large copper dome was meant to be the first node in a global wireless system. Tesla poured all of his energy and finances into the project, convinced it would change the world forever. But J.P. Morgan's interests were purely commercial. He had invested in Tesla's ability to create a wireless communication system to rival Guglielmo Marconi's transatlantic radio signals. When Morgan realized that Tesla's true ambition was not just wireless telegraphy, but free wireless power, he saw no way to meter it, no way to profit from it. If anyone could access energy for free, the entire power structure which Morgan helped build would be rendered obsolete. Morgan pulled his funding. The financial panic of 1901 dried up any other potential sources of investment. Tesla, desperate, pleaded with Morgan for more funds, but the banker remained unmoved. The dream of Wardenclyffe died. The magnificent tower stood for years as a silent monument to a future that might have been. Eventually, to pay off his mounting debts, the tower was dynamited and sold for scrap. The destruction of Wardenclyffe broke Tesla's spirit. He continued to invent, patenting ideas for vertical takeoff aircraft, radio-controlled vehicles, and even early concepts for particle beam weapons. But he never regained the financial footing or the public prominence he once had. The world he had helped to build moved on, often using his ideas without giving him credit. Marconi was awarded the Nobel Prize for the invention of radio, using 17 of Tesla's patents to do so. Tesla spent the last decades of his life living in a series of New York hotels, his genius increasingly overshadowed by his eccentricities. He would feed pigeons in the park, his mind still racing with ideas, but his influence had faded. On January 7, 1943, Nikola Tesla died at the age of 86. Within hours of his death being discovered, officials from the FBI's Office of Alien Properties swooped in. They seized all of his belongings, trunks filled with decades of research notes, plans, and scientific papers. Despite being a naturalized American citizen for over 50 years, the government classified his work as top secret. The man who gave the world the AC motor, radio, remote control, the very electrical grid that powers our lives, had his final legacy confiscated. To this day, many of those documents remain classified. Tesla's story is a profound and cautionary tale. He was a man who worked for humanity, not for profit. He was outmaneuvered and financially crushed by men who saw his inventions not as gifts to the world, but as commodities to be controlled. His altruism was his undoing. While names like Edison are household words, Tesla was, for a long time, largely forgotten by the very world he helped to create. But his legacy is all around us, in every light switch we flip and every device we power on. He was a true genius, a poet of science, who dreamed of a better, brighter, and more equitable future for everyone. And he paid the ultimate price for that dream. Thank you for watching. If you found this story as fascinating as we did, please consider subscribing to Documentary Ariel for more deep dives into the hidden stories of history.